We got it all together for a brand new show. The LBC crew is here and so away we go. While the LBC crew is running from a spooky ghost, Christatos is doing what he does the most. Hey, come on, get involved till the mystery is solved. Hang around with the LBC crew. Oh, hey, come on, get involved till the mystery is solved. Hang around with the LBC crew. That's the podcast. LBC Crew! Hello and welcome to another fun-filled mystery episode of the LBC Crew Show. I'm your host, Pat, DJ Christatos. For this episode, we will continue with another case the LBC Crew will cover from the book Minute Mysteries by H.A. Ripley. These will be short minute mystery stories presented with an LBC Crew twist. At the end of the story, we will take a break to give you, the listeners, a chance to use your detective skills to help the LBC Crew solve the mystery. Will you get it right, or will you get it wrong? Listen carefully to the clues to help you along. Now let's open up the LBC Crew case file called Too Clever.
Receiving no reply to my ring and finding the door unlocked, I went in,
said Death Probe.
Weasel Skull was seated at his desk, shot through the head. Seeing he was dead, I called the police and I remained here.
Touch anything, Death Probe?
Asked Professor Darkweb.
No, sir. Nothing.
Positive of that, are you?
Absolutely, sir.
Professor Darkweb made a careful examination of the desk and found Weasel Skull had been writing a letter at the bottom of which, and covered by the dead man's hand, was a penned message. DP did the, and weakly trailed off. Further examination disclosed several kinds of writing paper. A pen tray holding the recently used pen, inkwell, eraser, stamps, letters, and bills. The gun from which the shot had been fired was on the floor by the side of the chair, and the bullet was found embedded in the divan. After a few questions, Professor Darkweb was quickly convinced of Death Probe's innocence.
What do you make of it, Professor Darkweb? Inquired Inspector Christatos.
Through the scrawled note, certainly looks like Weasel Skull's writing. I'm sure an expert will find it isn't. I'm not surprised to find the gun free of prints. Pretty thorough job, this. Good thing for you, Death Probe, and for us too, that the murderer was careless about something.
Right,
said Inspector Christatos.
But you aren't such a wise old owl, Professor Darkweb. This is like the MJ case we handled, remember?
Good for you, Inspector Christatos.
Laughed Professor Darkweb. How did both men so quickly determine that the incriminating note had not been left by Weasel Skull?
Did you hear the clues to help you solve this mystery? We will take a short break to let you review your notes and return with the solution to this mystery. We will be right back.
Jeff and Rick present Unpacking the Power of Power Pack,
where we journey through each issue of the most underrated Marvel series of the 80s while drinking beer,
analyzing awesome and amazing adolescent adventures, and absorbing alcohol.
We got kids with powers, we got villains with attitude.
We got superhero guests, like all of them from the Marvel Universe.
We have thematically appropriate beer reviews.
We have good jokes and bad song parodies.
One stop for all your Power Pack pod-pleasing procurements.
And we got alliteration.
Find Unpacking the Power of Power Pack wherever fine podcasts are played.
Costumes on.
Welcome back from the break. Were you able to piece the clues together to help the LBC crew solve this mystery? Let's go ahead and find out.
The murderer tried to give the impression that Weasel Skull had died before finishing the incriminating note. Had he written it and died before completing it, he could not have put the pen back in the tray where it was found. In his effort to incriminate Death Probe, the murderer had been too cautious, a costly oversight. Man's caution often into danger turns, and his guard falling crushes him to death young.
And that will put this case to a close. We hope you were able to solve the mystery and had fun along the way with the LBC crew. Before you go, let me tell you where you can find the LBC crew on the internet. You can find the Longbox Crusade on iTunes, Google Play, and most podcatchers, or at www.longboxcrusade.com. We are also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Longbox Crusade. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Thanks for listening to this episode of the LBC Crew Show and helping the LBC crew solve this mystery. Until next time, hashtag LBC Crew. We got it all together for a brand new show. The LBC crew is here and so away we go. While the LBC crew is running from a spooky ghost, Christatos is doing what he does the most. Hey, come on, get involved till the mystery is solved. Hang around with the LBC crew. Oh, hey, come on, get involved till the mystery is solved. Hang around with the LBC crew. That's the podcast. LBC Crew.